Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back. I'm finally going to do a makeup tutorial. I'm feeling something kind of editorial. So the day that I'm filming this is Monday the 20th of January, which is this year's Blue Monday. For anyone that doesn't know, Blue Monday is marked as the most depressing day of the year. So instead of feeling down in the dumps and having the Monday blues, I always like to take this as an opportunity to do something creative. So I've already done my base. I've used the Vive Skin Nova and then the House Labs foundation and concealer, and just used a little bit of this cool toned cream contour. It's seen better days. I have a rough idea of what I want to do, but often these things change as I'm going along. I really want to use the latest Danessa Myricks Lightwork palette. I've had this for a while and I've not actually used it on myself properly, but it is absolutely stunning, and I'm going to focus more on these tones over here. To start off, I want to take the Danessa Myricks Colorfix paints. So I've got Primary Blue and Lift, which is a white shade. I'm going to use the Primary Blue as is, and then I might mix some of the white into it to make a lighter blue. Squeeze in a little bit of this onto a clear palette, just so I've got something to work off. Take this angled brush from Pink Freak and just start to map out a really straight line underneath my eye. It's quite hard drawing a straight line on a 3D surface. I feel like it's going to give the illusion at least. I do a tiny bit at a time, little tiny strokes to make it as even as possible. I think sometimes when you do just one big stroke and hope for the best, it doesn't always work in your favour. Take in this little, I think it's like a brow tint stick. You can get them off Amazon. I always have a bunch of these in my kit as well because they're really good for cleaning up liner. When you use a cotton bud, you can see the difference in size. You just get a lot more precision with these. Use that on its side and just sharpen up this line underneath. Now that I'm happy with how that's looking, I'm going to take a little bit of Lift just to mix these shades together. For me, makeup is all about working in layers. I love adding different products with different textures and finishes to just make a really multi-dimensional look. This is another Pink Freak brush. This is like a small, dense shader brush, and I'm just using this and add that lighter blue underneath, just so it creates more of like an ombre. I mixed in a little bit more of that blue because it wasn't as vibrant as I wanted it to be. Okay, now I'm just actually taking a cotton bud and using this to diffuse these edges at the bottom because I need a little bit more pressure than a brush would give me. Colorfix is a really cool product, but you do have to bear in mind that it will set down, and once it sets down, it's not moving. It's like 24-hour waterproof. So now I want to go in with the palette, and what I'm going to do is take this one out because this is the only one that I need. So this is why I love this palette so much. It's really kit friendly if you're a professional makeup artist, because these palettes stack up on one another and then create a mini palette like this. You have the lid that also comes out the front of the palette that is a mirror, and you can pop it on. You don't even have to take all of them if you just needed one. You've got a super compact, sleek palette that is great if you don't want to carry a billion things. I know that this is a very expensive palette. It's not very often that I do buy eyeshadow palettes anymore, but this, I knew that the formulas in this were going to be insane, so it's something that I treated myself to. So I'm going to take the shade Unbound, which is this sort of like blue, and just sort of start blending it into the lighter shade underneath. By the way, this is a melt brush, the Round Detail Mini 26. I love this brush for smoking out eyeliner. It's just a really good brush. So because I want to still be quite precise, instead of holding the brush flat like this against my face and getting the whole kind of surface area of the brush, I'm going to use it on its point. So you're just getting this top edge here. So it's going to be a little bit smaller, a little bit more precise. I can't believe that this is the first proper tutorial I've filmed for YouTube. It's weird getting used to it, but also I just feel really strange not having any music or background noise. Like, I'm everywhere, I'm so Julia. I'm going to take R102. This is from What's Up Beauty. And then I'm going to go in with the light blue shade. Well, it's like a white with a blue reflex. And just put this all over the brush. I want it to be quite diffused, which is why I'm not going in with a dense brush. I want to use the fluffiness to my advantage and just start applying that. Are you seeing this? Are you kidding me? Wow. I love how this is looking so far, but I feel like this last shade, Release, is pulling a little bit more turquoise than I want it to. Take my Jolie Beauty Moonchild highlighter palette. I'm going to go in with the shade Phases. It has a really nice blue undertone. So I'm going to take this on a big fluffy brush. This is another Pink Freak brush. And just start applying this over the top to add some more blue back into it. I really love these types of highlighters because they're almost translucent on the skin, and then when the light hits them in the right place, they look incredible. I'm also dragging whatever's left over on the brush just down onto the high points of my cheeks. I want to add a tiny bit more depth just at the top of this blue line, so it gives that really nice dark to light ombre. I'm going to take my Jolie Beauty Infinity Liner pen and just use the very tip of this to go right on top of this blue line. It's really hard to talk while doing this, and I can't lie, I normally hold my breath because I'm so scared of messing it up. Just do the tiniest amount at a time. You have a lot more control over where the products go in. I haven't really thought about what I want to do on my actual eyelids, so I'm going to put a base down. I have this Tone Activator from Kaleidos. Just pushing that right into the brush, working it in, and then just going to apply this onto the lid. I think I want to do the same sort of shape on the top, so try and keep the liner kind of on my lash line in the middle, but then do it a little bit higher either side. It's not been the easiest task, but I'm doing as straight of a line as I can with the same product that I started with, which was the Danessa Myricks Colorfix in Primary Blue. Again, just using that same angled brush, using it on its point like this again, rather than flat against the skin this way, just so I can get more precision. And with this shade Unbound again, smoking that out at the top. Using the same brush and just going straight back over the top with the lighter blue shade. I want to brighten my lid, so I'm going to go in with the Melt It Liquid Eyeshadow. This is in the shade Ultra White, the tiniest dot on each eye because this is super pigmented and a little goes a long way. I'm going to grab a fluffy brush. This is R104 from What's Up Beauty and just start blending that out. A dense pencil brush from Pink Freak and just add in a bit of that white into the gaps. And then whatever's left over on the brush, just running it into the lash line. My lid was feeling a bit plain. I'm gonna go back in with Release, popping this all over the lid. I'm really focusing this over the brow bone. I am obsessed with the brow bone highlight. I think it's time for some mascara and lashes. I'm annoyed because I don't have any blue mascara, so I'm just gonna go in with my all-time favorite Benefit Bad Girl Bang. I've just added some individual cluster lashes to the top and bottom, just so I could customise the sort of lash look that I wanted, and then went over with another coat of mascara because I like quite a spiky lash. I take this electric lip paint from Melt. This is in the shade Freelove, and it is the most gorgeous, like, blue ever. I'm just gonna... It is incredible. Like, Melt just know what they're doing. They're one of my favourite brands anyway, but like products like this, I mean, it speaks for itself. And then just add in the tiniest dab of the Danessa Myricks right in the centre. Just going in with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder and setting everything using the Melt Sculpt stack. And I'm going to take the light to medium contour powder and just go over the cream contour that I put down earlier. NYX Lift and Snatch filling in. I'm going to try and keep the tail of my brow quite straight as well to kind of mimic the eyeliner. Some of my Melt She's Alive powder, using this to sharpen up the contour. Of course, more highlighter because there wasn't enough before, so I'm just taking quite a big fluffy brush and really working it in there. And we're pretty much done with this look. I am so pleased with how it turned out. For a while, I didn't know where it was going, but that's all part of the creative process. I also want to show you guys the looks that I did for the last couple of years for Blue Monday. I'll pop them on the screen here. Let me know which one's your favourite. I'll list all of the products I've used, brushes, and any other links down in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you'd like to see more fun editorial looks like this, let me know in the comments. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification button so you know when I've posted a video, and I will see you guys in the next one.